By a more diverse and inclusive lineup of talkers than the squad we have assembled here at KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the time, brothers. This is the time.
We've got something for everybody.
That's right.
Health and healing, history and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment, all in one station.
What's really going on?
Free enterprise, you dig?
KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We got a lot to talk about.
King Kong ain't got on me.
Give it to me. A Big Mac, capitalized double D shake, and this song, so I'ma get sick with it. Give me drink and bomb and let me get with it. Yeah, cause I'ma be the biggest Mac of the year. Going around making hits like this here, cause a brother is strong and way too long when it comes to my ding dong. But I get a
all right, hour 2 of the 3-hour thrill ride. Shantae. Got Mel Blake sitting on with us for the sick Krista. Daniel hanging out with us also this week. I appreciate both of you guys, coming in to fill the seat. Let's get Mel. So Shantae took an issue with Melrose Larry Green yesterday, saying, "Get your black ass down to the event this weekend," and and so we're having a debate about this. The language stung a little bit when I heard it yesterday, but I know Melrose Larry Green. And I know him not to be a racist. I know him to be a champion. I know there's a little bit of shtick, you know what I'm saying, because he's on the air a little bit. There's a little bit of personality there. But you took offense with that. You said I should have called him out and tell him don't speak like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
because it starts with just your black.
I don't know if I can wear the black cross on my back anymore. I wanted to help black people. But I have been demonized by black folk for not being so black. Right? I have been told by some people who I will not mention their name, that the white features in me are very prominent.
That was me. I said that.
Oh!
I said it. The white genes in you are strong.
The white genes in me are strong. I worked at a place, I won't mention the name of the place, and I said, maybe I'm not black enough to work here.
Oh, well.
To which they said, what does that mean? I said, maybe I'm not black enough. Maybe I don't know the culture.
Oh, well.
Melrose Larry Green wants to... Oh, we got a lot of people wanting to comment on Melrose Larry Green. Melrose, go ahead. You want to defend yourself. I love you, Melrose. Go ahead.
And I love you too, Don. And please, Shantae and anybody else, please let me speak uninterrupted for about 90 seconds.
Okay,
if
go
you
ahead.
will. Okay. Number one, I heard all your comments. I don't know how many of you used to listen to Howard Stern, but I got that reference from him. Okay? He would always say that. It was an innocent choice of words. There was nothing racist behind it. That's number one.
Hello there.
Number two, hello there. Look out. Look out. Number two, Shantae wanted to know, or maybe it was Fatima, what have you done in your life to help black people? So are you ready?
Yes.
I worked at Brookdale Hospital.
Hold on, go ahead.
Hold
on. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
For many years, I worked in the emergency room as an administrative assistant after I got my master's degree in hospital administration from Cornell. I worked in the inner city of Brownsville, East New York, just as I've worked in the inner city of Los Angeles in housing projects. I've known Maxine Waters for years, and I would easily work with her anytime she reached out to me. I enjoy her work in the Job Preparation Center. I've invested in the community. I've invested in the black community. And don't ever call me a racist. Don't anyone ever call me a racist. My mother was very active in the Southern Poverty Law Center, and I marched to Birmingham when I was 12 and a half years old. Did you, Shantae?
I wasn't born,
Fatima?
sir. I wasn't born.
Well, you should have been born because it was a great era.
Wow.
And there was once a time when the black community and the Jewish community were united. And I want to get back to that. Now, I'm here on Saturday to support Karen Bass, our next mayor. But how dare you call me a racist?
I didn't call you
an innocent
racist.
comment.
I just want to clear that up. I never said you were racist.
I don't think she said it was racist.
No one ever said you were racist.
I think she was
I said your comment was inappropriate.
I think she was just a little offended by your comment.
I said I was offended by your comment.
Wait a minute. Do you have a tape of that broadcast?
No one said you were racist. I said I was offended by your... Absolutely.
Let me see here.
You can look it up on KBLA.
Can you pull a tape of that? Can you pull a tape of that at some point?
Hold on. Let me see here. How long ago? Now I gotta go looking for a needle in a haystack here. Let's see here if I can find it. What time?
Shante,
Maybe
are you
you
going to be
heard-
there Saturday, Shante?
Maybe I'll be
Are
there
you
with
gonna be
my
there
husband,
Saturday?
Yes.
Well, I'd like to meet you and talk with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know your feelings are hurt, and I'm very sorry, and I'm very remorseful. I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
I just think you need to, when you're dealing, all this love you have for the black community, I just think you need to mind your words. Just the same way people feel like black people should mind their words when it comes to your race and your culture.
All right, hold on.
Yes.
Fahima and Melrose wants to defend himself.
Okay.
What inmate who was in jail?
KBLA.
Hold on.
Wait, stop it.
All right, let's hear it.
Shante, I'm Melrose.
About there are nuances to black thought. Here we go. So I just wanted to say that.
Good for you.
Oh, here we go.
Can say about you, and notice that what.
Here we go. It's all you. I know who I am at the end of the day. I know what I believe, and your thoughts, your emotions, hold on.
Sorry. We're so sorry.
You like
Can I play something?
people like that? You're like, yo,
No.
that's so inappropriate. How are you not offended? You were sitting right here when he said it.
You know what? Melrose is new to me, and I'm just
Let me play something.
learning.
You
Hold
don't
on.
check people like that. You're like, yo, bruh,
Let me play. Let me.
Don't
Can
listen.
I
How
play-
many black people you like?
Can I play something? All right. There you go. I don't hear any racist remarks.
Watch out.
There you go.
Look out.
There you go.
No one called you racist. I said your comment was inappropriate. And I used those words very specifically because it was.
Am I on the air now?
Yeah, we're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, look, number one, when I wrote the song parody today, Irving Berlin, a Jewish guy, wrote White Christmas. And I thought it's ridiculous. It's kind of racist for everybody to go around saying, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. So I came up with a funny idea. I'm dreaming of a black Christmas. I mean, can't people laugh anymore? Can't people? I'm sorry if I offended anybody. But, I love everybody. I was a hippie back in the day. Peace and love, like Ringo Starr would say.
Can I just say this? Can I just say this? Part of loving us.
Yes.
Part of loving us, Melrose, is understanding what is offensive to us, not your take on what you think we should take. Part of loving us is understanding our culture and understanding the struggles that we've been through and not just saying whatever comes to your mind. So if you love us, then you know that something like that would be offensive. So love us that way. Understand us. Understand who we are. And
Shante,
don't just say whatever.
Shante, I don't know. Shante, I don't know what you do for a living. I've been on radio for 36 years. And when I get in the zone, I'm like Tom Brady when it's down by 3 touchdowns. I was trained by the king of all media, Howard Stern. I did not mean to offend
I understand.
anyone.
Love us by understanding us better.
I would love to dialogue with you and your husband on Saturday. I'll be there at 9:30 in the morning.
All right. There we go. All right, but thank you,
I'm gonna have a sign. I'm gonna have a sign saying, "Shante, I am sorry if I offended you." Okay.
You should say it to everyone.
S-H-A-N-T-E.
Because my chat is blowing up right now. The KBLA chat is the KBLA chat is blowing up right now.
All right.
No one's happy.
All right, Melrose. We'll see you this weekend, okay? Melrose? Oh, he hung up. Ken, go ahead. He wants to chime in on this. Yes, go ahead, Ken.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
You know what? I'm telling you, we as a black community are going to have to figure out, what side of the fence we want to be on, because so many times we're offended. But man, I'm going to tell you, as an older black man, I wouldn't say I'm offended, but I'm really tired of the words that we use in just so easily, the N-word and sisters they use B, call each other B, as if it's hello. Yet we get offended when somebody else, and you can't have it both ways. Because
Yes, you absolutely
don't
can.
believe
Well, no. I think what Ken is saying is that other people might be learning from us how to talk to us by watching us. Is that correct?
Totally do. I've worked with Samoans, Asians of the races, and I've listened to Samoans, a group of Samoans call each other the N-word. I've listened to Latinos call themselves the N-word. We can't have it. We don't. Guess what? We it was used derogatory towards us. It's one of the silliest things we ever came up with, that we were going to take the word and make it something different, because you can't do that with words. They mean what they mean.
Yeah, that
we
word
didn't create it.
It's very racially charged. The N-word is very racially charged, and at least at this point in our lifetime, in these generations that we're living in, we probably need to stop using it in our own vocabulary and give it away.
Why do we always get spanked on the hand when we're trying to tell other races how they should and should not speak to us? But somehow we always flip it back on us as, oh, well, you guys, it's like the same argument you guys take. Well, what about black on black crime? Well, what about how you guys talk to each other? Listen, don't worry about how we talk to each other. Well, understand that we don't want you guys in this circle talking to us like that.
Before we move on, should we not be setting the example for ourselves, number one, and then the world, number two, on how to address each other? You know what I'm saying? So
somehow I still feel like you're spanking me on mine.
No, I'm not spanking you. I mean, I think
somehow the blame is still on me for things that came out of his mouth.
I'm not spanking you. What I'm saying is that there's a double standard, and I'm being a realist here. I'm looking at reality. You want someone to live at a higher standard than what we live for ourselves. And so if we can't talk to ourselves correctly, how do we set the standard for other people to talk to us also? You know what I'm saying? Because, and listen, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not even saying it's fair. I'm just saying it is what it is.
So
chime in.
So I could chime in on that, being in the community, not just a franchise, but being a teacher, a coach, and a leader of men.
Oh, you must hear the N-word all the time.
Yeah, I hear it all the time
with the kids. Yeah,
but I also understand when you go school to school, classroom to classroom, individual to individual, everybody doesn't have the same upbringing.
Yes,
everybody doesn't have the same rhetoric, the same verbal capabilities, the same articulation, the same understanding, the same exposure. When you are in a dysfunctional situation and you continue to reciprocate this dysfunctionality, you're going to spill out hate, evil, and it's going to be a continuance. Somebody, similar to a generational curse, somebody has to educate the other person, and somebody has to put their raincoat on, okay? And so the other person can understand. You can't teach somebody when you're being combative simultaneously.
Absolutely.
Right? So you have to have a level of understanding as you teach in a teachable moment, right? You have to take a leadership role. I don't really go through the issue that we're having with the Melrose thing because people respect me as a man, and I respect so many cultures, and I'm a diverse individual.
And you don't carry yourself
not at all
that way.
No, and I'm culturally caring.
Yeah.
And I had my master's degree in cross-cultural education.
Okay.
So I completely understand all cultures. And that's why I said this a couple of days ago. We tried different delicacies. We tried different music. We try different areas, try different people, right? So nobody's going to come at me offensive like that. And if they do, I have the right manner in which to let them know and let them fall easy enough to they understand without feeling so sensitive.
You're not beating them down.
No, I'm not beating them down.
So obviously Melrose should probably be a little bit more cognizant of the language that he uses when he comes, regardless.
If he was serious, because it could have been a gimmick too.
Right, but let's,
it could have been a setup, right?
Let's say he really is serious about loving and wanting to support.
No, I'm talking about saying the word black ass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he said it in jest.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But there are even when there's impact and intent. Mm-hmm. And let's say his intent was to joke around, right? But the impact that you're having is someone is getting offended by your a different race using and talking to us a different way, and so. Is it upon us to educate Melrose? Hey, listen, even if you're just joking, don't use this type of rhetoric when it comes to us. Or is it a better way to teach Melrose by elevating our conversation and how we talk to each other in such a way that he doesn't even approach us that way?
It depends on your relationship with that person, right? Because remember, we have a lot of things going on in the world. You can't just, somebody may call you bro in the marketplace and you say, hey, I'm not a bro. You may think that's offensive because like 70s, 80s, that might have been offensive for somebody that's non-African American to call an African American bro. But today it's used real loosely, right? We have a lot of female to female calling each other bro. Yeah. Like all the high school kids call each other bro. So it's not as offensive today, right? So once again, we're the old man in the club. We got to come up to date, right, to where things are. So
my girlfriend's daughter uses bro or bruh.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I'm like, I have understanding because I'm like, you're 13. There probably is not a very strong command of the English language because you're 13 and you're still growing.
Well, let's
and
not
learning.
say that because some 32-year-olds are very, very well versed and articulate. So I don't want to, put that on
I'm
them.
talking
But I
about
understand what you're saying.
her specifically.
Oh, her specifically. Okay, good.
Although very intelligent, there is probably not a very
The
grasp.
vocabulary is not that extensive.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so we're, and that's probably what the communication style when she goes to school and how they talk to each other.
But it's like a 95-year-old guy from the South who grew up in the era, and I'm walking by and he calls me boy.
Right.
That's different because I'm gonna tell you why that's different. Because boy was offensive then, and it's even more so offensive now. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to, you first know the power of words, who it's coming from, when era that person is from, and then you need to see. Because at some point, passes are given, but passes aren't always appreciated, right?
Right. They don't really know they even get a pass.
They don't even know they get a pass. So you have to understand your personnel. But is it worth all of this? Right?
That's the question.
That's what I'm saying. This is a lot.
This is a lot. At
because
the end
if
of the day.
everybody went through this, we wouldn't be able to go to all these restaurants, meet people. We'd be segregated.
Well, this goes back to my whole situation of being in therapy, that the only thing that really matters to me is what I feel about myself. And so you can say anything. You can call me the N-word. You can call me whatever. That does more to let me know who you are as an individual and how I need to treat you accordingly than you trying to respect me in the way I want you to respect me. Because the only thing that really matters to me at the end of the day is what I feel about myself. I don't really care about anybody else.
Only thing in this instance is, we have an audience, right?
We do.
But we have thousands of people that are listening.
Yeah.
Hopefully millions.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't really know anyone here personally like that, intimately. They don't know Melrose like that. So if you're just tuning in and you hear that,
you might hear,
then
we got to set some decorum.
We got a problem here.
Yeah.
Who are those two guys in there right there defending our African American queen? What's going on?
Only sisters, or the sisters, the only one speaking up.
But see, that's another thing. Somebody may get offended by saying sisters. Where somebody might get offended saying African American queen. Some people may say woman. You can't please everybody. But it's a universal language called love.
Yeah, love.
Compassion, right? Honesty, fairness. If you treat people right, you put 91 gas in certain cars for a reason, right?
Yeah, absolutely, because they're required.
So let's that come out of our mouth.
Okay.
I'm 91 all day. What comes out of me?
That's a great.
To people I don't know.
That's a great analogy right
Yes.
there when it comes to talking to the black community, Melrose. And I'll say this: use 91 octane gas because that's what we're required.
Yeah.
And that 91 octane is a lens of love.
Yes, please.
And not even if the intent is to be playful. And this is not just for this show, but just in general in life.
Yes, please do.
Use language that is 91 octane, which is love, respect,
Universal
admiration.
language.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we want to be. Because what happens is that it's easy to trigger us, as it is easy to trigger the Jewish community.
And everybody.
Every community has their own language that they know only to use with each other. That they have that thing. I spent 2 months in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Over this past year.
Wow.
And everywhere they go, you have to be covered in some sort of way, because that's like the culture over there. Yeah. And the last thing I wanted to do was offend. And my husband was on me nonstop. You can't do that. You can't wear that. You can't, because you're in another country. You're amongst other people. I fought that. Yes, I did, dear. I'm going to do what I want. But, as far as speaking to the people, trying to get a better understanding of the culture, I'm not walking in there all willy-nilly like, oh, blah, 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 whatever, trying to be down. Mm-hmm. Because there's never going to be, for me, there would never be enough understanding of what those people are going through,
so you
have
just try
been
to be
through.
respectful.
Just try to be as respectful as possible.
But that shouldn't be held against your head either, because I've been around certain groups of people.
What shouldn't be held against my head? I'm sorry.
Where you have
your level of ignorance, or
No, I don't have anything to prove.
Like about the big thing going on. It's been going on for a long time between Samoan people and Tongan people, and you get in the middle of that and this person and that religion and all this stuff, and then you don't have a right to come in because you're an outsider. That's not cool, because that's just like, you need to be accepted for the person you are as an individual, and people need to understand what you know and what you don't know and bring you in softly and educate you.
Yeah,
right?
but
Instead of attack.
This guy is a person who thinks he's immersed enough to say
Melrose?
whatever.
Yeah, Melrose.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like he's family. Right?
Who's
Don
family?
Amiche,
Yeah, it's Don Amiche on the white side, though.
Wow. You see this? You see this? More of this conversation. Marcel and Sean, I see your phone call. We're going to get to you guys when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
Courage is contagious. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Leaving things half done? Not a good option. Like a half-baked peach cobbler.
A gummy crust? I don't think so.
A half-done hairdo.
All done.
Shouldn't the curls be on both sides?
Or a half of a domino.
Damn, big six.
But where's the other half?
Don't go halfway, especially with your immunity to COVID-19. Keep everyone safer this season by staying up to date with your vaccines and boosters. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find one near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
At the Strategy Center, we have a lot to celebrate. Join us Saturday, December 17th, 12 noon to 4 p.m. for our annual holiday block party at Strategy in Seoul, located at 3546 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Los Angeles 90008 on King Boulevard, 1 block east of Crenshaw. Featuring food from Earl's on Crenshaw, Afro-Cuban drumming with Richard Marquez, and ornament making for kids of all ages, and more activities for children. Help us celebrate 33 years of fighting anti-Black policies in LA. We want free public transportation for everyone in LA and 50% of all public and private jobs set aside for Black applicants. Did I mention a live DJ and karaoke? You do not want to miss this. Join us on December 17th from 12 to 4 p.m. at Strategy in Seoul, 3546 West Martin Luther King Boulevard. Visit our website for more information and RSVP to www.thestrategycenter.org.
Did you know it pays to drive electric? With government rebates, you'll save thousands on the purchase of a new or used EV. And the more you drive, the more you'll save, both on fuel and maintenance far into the future. Start seeing savings today. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
At the United States Postal Service, we're here to deliver fast and reliable service to help you get holiday ready. We offer free package pickup and deliver free shipping supplies to your address. So whether you're in Garland, Texas, Rudolph, Wisconsin, or anywhere in between, we're making it easier for you to spread festive cheer this holiday season. USPS, delivering for America. For all your holiday needs, including info about free shipping supplies, free package pickup availability and restrictions, go to USPS.com/holidays.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio. KBLA Talk 1580.
Let's go to Marcel. Let's go to Marcel real quick because Marcel, I want to say you are in good company. His birthday is coming up here soon.
Are you a Sagittarius or a Capricorn?
Capricorn, December 25th.
Yeah, this is my cousin, and we were talking about how my cousin gets the short end of the stick when it comes to Christmas and birthday. And don't feel bad because Shantae's birthday is the 19th, and her husband's birthday is the 30th. So you guys all get shortchanged. You don't know what it feels like to get too...
They're familiar with the, oh, yeah, it's your birthday.
Yep.
What's going on, man? Love you, bro.
Yeah, man. So I just wanted to chime in and just say, first of all, I believe that the KBLA audience is a bunch of intellectuals, that look for the brighter side of things. But I'm really concerned about this man saying where he's going to be this weekend after feeling so comfortable to speak his mind. So here's the thing. This is where white people look like whiter than the whitest snowman, is because when you do these offenses, you're not looking for the people that you've affected. All they're looking to do is have you understand them. I've been around black people, grew up black people. Don't you dare call me racist. What all his attention needs to be on is the offense.
Well,
and trying to rectify that.
Impact versus intent, I think, is the real thing. What's your intent compared to the impact that your words are having? And my girlfriend taught me that.
But here's the thing: it's like a comedian who tells a bad joke. It doesn't mean that the joke is not. It's just a bad joke. Like you're trying to be funny up there, and it was a bad one. And so he intended whatever he intended. It didn't land. And what he needs to focus on is the impact that it had on the people that heard it, that felt some type of way about it. And, talking about him working in the ER and Cornell and all, like, to me, I mean, I've been a fan of the show for some time, been listening to him, been talk about Cornell, and he has an intellectual insight, but he's never seemed so ignorant to me. The fact that he cannot see that that's where his attention needs to be on correcting it.
Well, what would you like him to do to correct it?
Well, first, stop acknowledging all of his black credit. You know what I mean? Like, stop looking for that.
I never heard of that before.
What I'm saying?
Black credit.
Well, what's the purpose of having black credit if you can't use it?
Well, man, it ain't no good at this store. It ain't no good at this store.
All right.
We let him hang. We let him hang around and chill and everything. But when you act out, you get put out.
All right, Marcel.
And then when you get, good.
Go ahead. All right. Hey, thanks. We got to run because we're getting close to the bottom of the hour. Thank you so much, my cousin, right there. All right, more of this conversation is KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Top military officials are remembering the 81st anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Christopher Grady, paid tribute to those who lost their lives in the attack during remarks at the World War II Memorial in Washington. The Texas governor is banning TikTok from government-issued cell phones. In a statement, Greg Abbott cited the threat of the Chinese government gaining access to critical information. TikTok is owned by a Chinese company and has been a target by right-leaning politicians. About 20,000 people in North Carolina are getting power back after a gun attack crippled 2 power substations. Duke Energy officials say power will be fully restored in Moore County east of Charlotte by the end of today. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Good afternoon. Lots of work zones to look out for today in Santa Clarita, southbound 14 between Soledad Canyon and Sand Canyon. We have the 2 right lanes and the Soledad Canyon off-ramp closed off until 3 o'clock. Also, the southbound 14 ramp to the southbound 5, we have the truck lane closed until 3 o'clock. On the westbound 210, the ramp to the southbound 5 also blocked off until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and my company is Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 to provide custom blinds, shades, and shutters at affordable prices. Our blinds are easy to install and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive professional. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Lakers are playing Toronto tonight without LeBron James and Anthony Davis. James has a sore left ankle after playing 36 minutes in last night's loss at Cleveland. AD is dealing with flu symptoms. Nike made it official. They formally cut ties with Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving. Nike suspended all endorsement deals with Irving after he promoted an anti-Semitic documentary on his Twitter page. Nike boss Phil Knight turned the suspension into a permanent separation. Von Miller, who helped lead the Rams to a Super Bowl title last season, will miss the rest of this season with the Buffalo Bills. Miller had ACL surgery today on his right knee. Miller was leading the Bills in sacks with 8. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're a slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, We share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. Today, I was able to speak with Ola Wadibia, VP of Women on the Move. Hi, Ola. Tell me a bit about this initiative by JP Morgan Chase, founded in 2013.
Women on the Move is a center of excellence at JP Morgan Chase in our global DEI organization, where we really focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion. What's really awesome about Chase's approach is that all of our centers of excellence, and there's 7 of them, focus on different demographic groups, is that we're really focusing on what's happening internally in the firm and also what's happening out in community. So really, Women on the Move is really focused on thinking about how do we help advance women professionally and personally.
I love it. So tell me about this beautifully updated banking branch here on Crenshaw.
That was really important. A part of our racial equity commitment was to build in place for Chase. So being able to revamp this beautiful space, to be able to welcome community members, today anyone, nonprofit, organization, school can actually do events in our community center that we're sitting in here for free. Yes, people come inside, grab a coffee, use the Wi-Fi. It's free.
Yes, Maisha Cairo in the community for KBLA with JP Morgan Chase.
Let K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering bring you a world of flavors to your next event. For all occasions, book with K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering. Call 310-819-6213 or go to kmichellekitchencatering.com. Proud sponsor of the Office of the Week. Let K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering cater your next event. Book today at kmichellekitchencatering.com or on Instagram at kmichelles_kitchen catering or on Facebook at K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering. We look forward to cooking for you soon.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as Chief Executive of the City of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
With KBLA KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
All right, real quick, community call to action here. If you want to be a vendor for our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event in historic Leimert Park on Saturday, December 10th, please email us at info@smileyAudiomedia.com. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com. We're going to get you all the details you need. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com for all the info you need on how to join us at this historic event as a vendor at our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event Saturday, December 10th in Leimert Park. Community call to action. Get you put on the phone, and let's make that happen. I see your phone calls. We'll get to you guys in a second. This is an interesting story here because I felt some type of way about this story, but not necessarily maybe the way you may have thought. A teacher, who they're calling racist, his name is Johnny Wolf, been placed on administrative leave. He's a Kansas City, Missouri high school teacher. He's on administrative leave about a month after using the N-word in a class multiple times and insinuating his black students were immature and unintelligent for having an issue with it. Well, let's see. We seem to have forgot context when it comes, and Dave Chappelle talked about this. In his ability for people to find his art offensive, it's art. It's his art, and context seems to be missing from a lot of things. Johnny Wolf, he's an art teacher and history teacher at the University Academy High School, and one of his classes is African American history. The vast majority of students at the school are black, around 90%. Wolf is white. On November 10th, he was caught on camera defending his use of the N-word, saying during his defense, he argued that he could say it because it was being used in an educational context. So let's hear that.
Just like African Americans call themselves nigga. So there will be me people that don't like that, but it was said in an educational context, and it was said for the purpose of talking about empowerment. So you can like it, not like it, be upset about it, all you like, but ultimately this is a ridiculous conversation.
That's different because you're reading it from the book. But like you just said, you were just like, you said the N-word blatantly out loud to all of us. Even repeating it is kind of just like, why would you repeat that in a classroom full of black people? But it's just like... Because I trust your intelligence, that's why. Yeah, but I understand that we're all intelligent black people in skinny. Period. Right. But it's just like, we still can be intelligent and have our feelings, and we feel that by you saying it, it's just kind of like crossing a boundary for us.
And I appreciate the point of view. I actually said in the last class, I probably shouldn't have said it. That said, it was said in an educational context that we cannot police other people's speech, people. We can't do it. So I'm sorry?
So basically, you don't feel like you were in the wrong.
So I just said I probably shouldn't have said it based on the educational level of the 9th grader. But I do feel like you as seniors should be able to understand how the context and be able to put it in perspective. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do think you should be able to do that. Especially when the point of the word was talking about mulatto, specifically the person, and the term was taking back the term, just like the other way. Yeah, so you can disagree. Again, I don't mind you disagreeing, but again, it was said in an educational term. That's all I'm saying on it. I'm not gonna hijack a class about this issue. I'm not gonna do it.
Get out. Get out. Get out of my school. Get out of my class.
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem.
So you don't think his statement would have been just as effective if he would have just said, just like African Americans use the N-word?
Well, yes, his statement would have been just as effective. But at what point can we get out of our feelings?
Oh, so you think these kids were easily offended?
Absolutely. I think these kids are very easily offended. I think these kids have grown up not understanding what context is. And if I sit there and say, hey, listen, we're talking about the word nigga today, and you get offended because I say we're talking about the word nigga. You get offended by that in my classroom where I'm teaching African American history here, and I'm teaching about how the N-word or the word nigga has evolved from being a derogatory statement to a term of endearment for some. And that's an issue that you can't deal with that in our classroom without you getting offended. And I think that's an emotional skill, a maturity skill that you need to understand what context is. Now, if I called you a nigga to your face, and with ferocity and with the intent to harm you, right, and the impact that it harms you, I think that's another thing. But to sit there and have an educational conversation about African American history, which the word nigga is part of, whether we like it or not, I think that word should be able to be used. I think that at some point you cannot live your life off of feelings.
I was at a comedy show one time with this guy who used to, I can't think of his name right now. He used to write for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And
Neil Brennan?
Neil Brennan. I was up at the Laugh Factory, whatever it is, up on Sunset. And he was doing a bit about Huckleberry Finn and how they've taken the N-word out of Huckleberry Finn. And he said, oh, how weird would it be if I were to go into a bookstore and was like, I really want to get Huckleberry Finn. The one with the niggers in it. And I was oh, is this what we're doing, sitting in a room full of majority white people? Is it context then? Or are we just allowing people to say whatever they want whenever they want, knowing the history and understanding the history behind the word? I think some white people out there just want to get away with saying it.
But you laugh
so
at...
they mask it. They mask it in this, it's educational context. Everything that teacher said would have been just as effective if he would have just said the N-word. Well, we all know what the N-word is.
And I think that's taste here, and that maybe this teacher wants to create a raw understanding and a raw class. I think that's taste, and maybe that's style. Some teachers might have a style of, hey, listen, I'm going to be gentle and take your feelings into consideration. Some coaches don't feel that they want to take your feelings into consideration. But let's go back to Neil Brennan. Neil Brennan wrote half of, if not a lot of the stuff that you saw on Chappelle's show that was extremely vulgar.
And when I spoke to him after the show, after I stopped his bit and stood up in that comedy show, I said, absolutely.
You're a Karen.
I said, sir, no way are you going to do any more of this bit while I'm sitting here. I absolutely did.
Wow.
And when I spoke to him after, his response to me was,
did you watch Chappelle's show?
I knew who he was. I watched the Chappelle show.
Well,
no, that wasn't it.
What was
he said, I've been called nigga more times probably than any other black person because of his work environment. But I don't care.
But you don't know that, so that shouldn't justify.
I don't know you. I've never called you that.
But here we start getting into an issue of, at what point are you...
I am not a Karen. I take offense to that. I am offended.
Comfortable in hearing it in any setting, right?
At what point are you going to not allow yourself to be easily offended and use that offensive emotion for when it's appropriate?
I will say I was a lot younger, and I fought race wars from here to New York.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I traveled a lot as a young person. I toured. I have been in these theaters all over the country. And if you think there's some white spaces, the Broadway theater world is probably as white as it can be.
Right.
Okay, so I have had to defend, and slowly over the years, I have come to be like, I can't fight every battle.
Right.
Well, you understand how to pick your battles.
I do. And this was one that I'm like, look, you are on a nationwide syndicated show, sir. Don't ever tell me to get my black ass anywhere.
On a comedy show, you stood up and Neil
did.
Brennan.
I was so proud of me.
She said she was young, so I'm not sure.
I was so proud of me. I was so proud of me. I said, I'm not going to take this from you, Neil Brennan. I don't care how many Chappelle skits you've written.
No, but
how
also,
dare you stand up here and drop the N-bomb in this white room? You know what you're doing.
There's a lot of young people like yourself that feel the same type of way, and once again, it's context, it's decorum. I mean, Neil Brennan is in a comedy show.
I bet you he didn't pull it. He didn't pull it when he did his live show on HBO special. He didn't pull that crap.
That I don't know. I got to go watch.
He's not going to come and pull that crap when the cameras are rolling.
I think that's who he is, though. That's what his work shows.
But he didn't, though. He knew he was in that majority white comedy house, and he could do that bit and get away with it.
Well, he was playing to his audience, but evidently he didn't see that piece of chocolate sitting.
No, he did not.
but it's layers.
I was way in the black.
Yeah,
in the
so
back.
it's layers to this, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a lot of layers. It's context.
So the principal was actually black in Kansas City. Okay, this guy's supervisor, his administrator. So let's just say, I've been in the classroom, obviously, as a student and a teacher, and this teacher manipulated the system. He tried to empower the students by saying, hey, you guys are comparing and contrasting. He said, hey, you guys are old enough. You're different than the ninth graders.
Yeah.
So you should have a level of understanding by me using this derogatory verbiage in his classroom.
And
essentially calling them ignorant if they don't stand for it.
No. He played them.
Yeah,
he empowered
did.
them and said, hey, you guys are seniors. Listen to this. You guys understand this. Now, even though, let's just say they did, right? And they walked out of there. Now we're perpetuating the same thing. At some point, we need to know who this teacher is. Obviously, he thinks he's above racism and above negativity. He thinks he's actually an intellectual. This guy thinks he's Socrates or something.
And there's a lot of intellectuals.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys that talk like that. So once again, you got to know your personnel. And I'm not being politically correct or anything. I'm just saying, right? Because we don't know his past history. We don't know nothing. But at the end of the day, what he did was wrong. And I rarely voice my specific opinion on stuff because I love the neutrality role because I like unity, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation, this guy is wrong.
Right.
Now,
why do you think he is wrong? He's a teacher of African American history. He's using the word in the context. Is he wrong specifically of not being cognizant or keeping the attention in his mind that this word is racially charged and that if he says it, whatever in any context that he says it, nobody's going to hear the context because of the racially charged word?
Well, if it was in-house, like sometimes it's like you say certain things at home and it's never going to get out to your neighbors or to the news. He thought this was an at-home situation. But in today's era with these cell phones,
everybody got a camera rolling.
I mean, if we had cell phones in the 80s and 70s, we wouldn't have no teachers or students, right? So, but that's neither here nor there. So he thought nobody was going to be privy to the conversation that he was having with his students, and that they were
or
higher
at least
intellectuals.
Maybe understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, that part. But we also understand that that's total manipulation.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't do that.
No.
You can't do that. But at the same time, when we do that in closed settings, we think we're slick.
So condescending too.
Yeah, it is condescending.
If you are smart, if you guys are intelligent enough, I expect you guys to understand the context.
Yeah, that's
of this
wrong.
Conversation.
That's wrong.
Well, I mean, so he shouldn't have used the N-word in this case. I mean, in regards to you, I mean, I didn't have a problem with him using.
Okay, how about this, Don?
Okay.
How about if I'm an African American teacher teaching another culture?
Yeah.
Right? Let's flip the script.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm an African American teacher teaching a specific cultural studies.
Yeah.
Right? And I use a derogatory term that represents that particular group.
You're teaching white history, and you just say,
I didn't say that, and I'm not going to say Jewish. I'm not going to say that because I don't need to. I could just say a particular.
Well, I'm just saying,
we know the elephants in the room. I like to say the sky is blue. We all know the sky is blue.
We all know what.
So the elephants in the room, y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's just say I'm an African American teacher, and I'm teaching a particular course, history on a specific group, right? And I see a derogatory term that is used to berate this group. And wait a minute. We have this African American guy calling us yada, yada, yada. Are you kidding me? Right? Now, depending on my rapport with them, what I do in the community, how long I've been in the community, I might get away with it. And that's why you have some coaches and certain people doing all these crazy things for 3 and 4 decades until one day somebody films them, and then everybody doesn't agree with it, but this coach is 65 or 70, and you're like, wait a minute. Because in the 70s, I don't know if you remember this. Remember, you used to be able to get paddled.
Yeah, I remember.
With parental consent.
I was threatened at my elementary school here in LA.
Anthony. They paddled us.
So once again, the old man in the club. So a lot of people probably need training or need to retire.
Yeah,
or replace or be replaced. Right?
But are we becoming too sensitive here?
No.
Can we not have a clear conversation using the words that are out there and talk about them in such a way?
Why are we the only ones? Well, how come there isn't some black teacher like, well, this is why we use the word blah blah blah? How come we're able to be racially
Oh, hold that thought because we are running way behind. We're going to get back into this conversation when we come forward. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where truth prevails.
The tricky station is down the dial.
Black music and entertainment OGs still making moves. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. First stop, Bobby Brown announces upcoming world tour with New Edition in 2023. Ricky Bell, Michael Bivins, Ronnie DeVoe, Ralph Tresvant, and Bobby Brown. According to Brown, the group's bond is too strong to permanently break. In other news, Gladys Knight is awarded with Kennedy Center honors from President Joe Biden. The 7-time Grammy Award winner Gladys Knight, 78 years old, received the Kennedy honors for her contribution to the arts. And if you didn't know, the Empress of Soul will soon be releasing a scripted miniseries about her life that she is executive producing. And last stop, Mike Tyson and Ice Cube sit down for a chat, and Ice Cube reveals that he's doing what he can to regain control of the Friday franchise to, quote, make the fans happy. That's your K-Black Minute News.
I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
Ain't Too Proud is a celebration that brings the audience to its feet.
Ain't too proud to beg, as you know it.
The Grammy-winning songs, the Tony-winning movies. Ain't Too Proud, the life and times of the Temptations. Returning to the Amundsen December 13th. Tickets at AmundsenTheater.org.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
So we're talking about a teacher in Kansas City who is using the N-word in his class, getting a lot of backlash. He's on administrative leave. I don't have to see a problem with it. He's using it in an educational context, but I do understand how some, when they hear the word, because it is charged, it's a trigger word, that they would feel a certain type of way, and maybe his style of teaching should be a little bit different and a little bit more understanding of how his words can affect individuals, the impact of his words. But he said, I think you guys are all intelligent. And I do believe that there are some in the scholarly level, the intellect level, that feel that gets up to my level when it comes to intellect, and that I should be able to use the word any which way. Once again, I go back to my own personal responsibility, is that I know who I am. So you can call me that, you can say it in my presence. I'm not going to be offended by it.
Why is it, and this is just my question, why is it only black people who, when trying to educate us, we get these racial slurs thrown out? But when you're educating about any other race in this country, you don't take those words and... Because
I don't know if those words, there's a word that's used as much as the N-word through, I don't ever hear, I don't hear white people calling themselves crackers. I do hear gay people calling each other the fag word. I hear that. Or queen or queer or and stuff like that. But when it comes to other races, so we don't hear, they don't go around calling each other.
So would you think that would be appropriate for a teacher when educating about homosexuality to say the F word?
To say, hey, today we're going to talk about the word fag. I don't have a problem with that. Now, if he says, Shantae, you're a fag, that's a problem.
No.
I don't have a problem with you using the word. Like, we have to talk about these things.
Not to educate people.
Anything derogatory in terms of education, you need disclosures.
And we have an educator. You're an educator.
Yeah, you need parental consent, right? Yeah. Just when they brought sex education into the class and you brought tough subjects,
I think that's
you need disclosures for stuff. If you don't have a disclosure, you need to be mindful of the rhetoric that you use in class and take offense to offending anybody, because anybody can be offended these days.
There's never any class that I ever need to take where you need to say the N-word. You can just say the N-word.
No, of course not.
To educate me about what black people are doing in this country. There is never a class that I need to take.
Remember, they took the Pledge of Allegiance out of class and prayer.
Is it gone?
It's been gone.
The Pledge of Allegiance no more? I pledge allegiance to the flag. Well, that piece of propaganda should be gone, but I didn't know.
Listen, when you don't do it, it's taken away. Remember, everybody did it. Everybody prayed.
You had to stand up. I remember.
See, but you had groups of people that was going against, using religion in class. You had groups of parents that were saying, "Hey, even paddling a child is no good, even with parental consent." My mother gave parental consent to the principal in Long Beach Unified when I was in elementary, and it was her friend, and I got paddled. They took that out, remember? So
I think when I went to elementary school, that was just starting to fade away.
Oh, man.
Because I got sent to the principal's office one time, and he was like, "Listen, if I see you again, I'm not going to paddle you this time."
But didn't it work, though?
I did not. Listen, I was scared walking to the principal's office because they were hyping you up. Oh, you about to get paddled.
The elementary school I went to, they did paddling. If you were really bad, you got it with a ruler. Yeah. And then, but they also did, calisthenics, where they would put you on the wall and make you stand with your arms out. Corporal punishment.
Yeah, that's corporal punishment. Yeah.
To me, that's more effective. My uncle used to make me stand in the corner holding a box of popcorn seeds, which was like standing on one foot. Not fun. More of this conversation in your phone calls. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A city in rural Arkansas is electing an 18-year-old mayor. Democrat Jalen Smith won his runoff race on Tuesday and will soon lead the city of Earl, which has a population of just over 1,800. The recent high school graduate also becomes the country's youngest elected black mayor. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is praising the end of the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for military members.